because I've changed my room around a little bit. Let's start in a nice seated position. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on your heels, you can sit cross-legged, whatever suits you. We will be standing with our practice today a little bit, but we are going to also use the back, use the feet, also a little bit of knees but not too much. So if your knees say that you can't do that or you need to have some padding, then sort it out. And yeah, let's get going. Make sure you have a drink close by. So let's just start. Let's sit up nice and tall. Obviously there are natural curves in the spine, so I don't want you to sit like a ramrod, but just sitting so that the base of the body, the sit bones, feel really grounded. You feel you have connection with the earth, which allows the spine to rise up, but not in a rigid way. An energetic rising up of the spine, belly moving away from pelvis, sternum moving away from navel, crown heading towards the sky. Chin is not jutting up or down, just on a level plane with the back of the skull. The sternum can be slightly lifted, but don't poke the ribs out. Eyes closed, face soft, jaw loose, soft front open body, strong back. Bringing the mind inside now to just observe and notice how you feel. Not to get into a kind of story, a narrative about that, just noticing what your needs are. Because your practice usually needs to meet your needs. So I urge you to take what you want from this practice today and leave out anything that doesn't feel comfortable. You need to be responsible for your own practice. I'm practicing and sharing it with a screen. I can't see you, so I need to trust that you will take care of yourselves. The whole practice is accessible at some level, so it's up to you to choose what level that is today. It's a Sunday morning, so maybe you want to be easy like Sunday morning, or maybe you want to push yourself a little bit, who knows? So bringing the mind inside into a place of comfort and stillness. Always quietening down, always stilling in terms of preparing for your yoga practice. So creating a nice space for your yoga is always key. Trying not to have anyone coming in and out, distractions. Just 1 hour for you and your self-care. Yoga is the ultimate practice of self-care. Please draw your hands together at your heart. Press the palms together. We're going to call on the energy and support of the gurus, the teachers that come before. Because I'm just a plonker giving what I've got. I am not a guru, I am a teacher, but there's so much that I also need to learn. So calling on the blessings and the guidance of the gurus that came before. Om Tan Paramparaya Vidmahe Nana Lingaya Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayate Om. start our practice. So blinking the eyes open, coming into the room. So we are going to be practicing balance today. So balance of body, mind and the breath and spirit. So when we're balanced, we are grounded, we are connected with the earth. We are able to counterbalance when we need to. And in yoga, we're trying to always achieve our natural state, that state that exists beyond the form, beyond the story, beyond the history, beyond the identities, beyond other people's opinions of who we are. We're trying to reach the natural essence of who we are. And coming into balance and not flying away with your head whirling everywhere, or maybe being in inertia and not getting things done, you know. Trying to bring a balance of body, mind and spirit. And the breath plays a huge part. This practice, the breath, is going to always be central to my practice, but we're going to put a little bit more emphasis on that today. So when we practice statically in our postures, when we stand in a posture and we practice our balance, obviously we integrate the whole structure and alignment, and we create strength in the muscles to support that balance, because, you know, as we know, we have evolved from being on all fours. Now we're on all twos, and we see even, you know, we see in children, don't we, how they have to practice to walk. They can't just get up from crawling and walk. They have to practice, and they fall over many times. And this is, you know, something I think that people forget, that, you know, everything takes practice. Yoga takes a lot of practice. And in standing up, you know, we learn things, don't we? We learn things, and then sometimes we want to stand on one leg. So static balance, it's quite straightforward. You're going to strengthen your muscles. You're going to integrate the whole structure, the skeletal structure, all your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles, to maintain that posture. When it comes to then dynamic balance, it's a bit more challenging, because we're in motion. We're moving from one posture to the other, or even when we're walking. You know, we're walking in motion when we're running. And I think it's true that there are sometimes occasions in our lives when our balance is out of kilter. And that can not just be physically, you know, obviously it could be emotionally. Our health, our well-being can get knocked out of kilter. But also physical impacts. I can remember, you know, I damaged my left knee when I was pregnant with my last child, who's now, you know, 22. It was a long time ago. But I fell over. You know, your center of gravity changes. I was rushing, I was carrying carrier bags, and I was literally 9 months pregnant. So my balance wasn't, you know, my center of gravity was forward and I toppled. So we're going to look at static and dynamic. You take it, you know, we're not going to be sort of balancing on our toenails or anything like that, but we're going to build up to it and grow strength and grow. I think also when we lose balance, maybe particular as we age, we lose confidence. And then when we lose confidence, it's psychosomatic, isn't it? We lose balance. So I know that when I run now, which is not very often, by the way, I try and avoid running, that I do you know, the thing in my head is that I'm going to fall. Whereas, you know, 20, 30 years ago, I wasn't worrying about going to fall. Whereas now it's a little bit creeping into my mindset, and I counterbalance that, sorry about the pun, with my yoga. So I'm keeping my feet firmly on the floor. And it takes practice. The only way we can improve our balance is to train, you know, being stable on what can be the unstable. You know, my friend teaches SUP yoga, stand-up paddleboard yoga. Oh my God, she's amazing. But I mean, I could barely stand on the SUP board, let alone do yoga. I haven't practiced it. You know, I haven't stood on the SUP board, I know that. That's what I think in my head, but I mean, I know it must be quite difficult to do. And yeah, when we balance, and we are concentrating. It's this dhyana, this one point focus. So it calms the nervous system. It really brings the nervous system into balance, and it's very meditative, to balance. So I want you today to notice how you feel. Once we've done some different balances, I want you to notice how you feel, not just in the body, but in the mind and also in the breath. We're going to try and aim for a 6-6 breath. That means a sukha rhythm breath, breathing in for 6 and out for 6. And occasionally I will be inviting you to not hold the breath, but pause with the breath a little longer than you would in your everyday activities. That is, when you breathe in, there's a nanosecond of a natural pause. I'm going to ask you to maybe prolong that pause. The same at the end of the exhalation. I'm going to ask you to prolong the slight pause that happens at the end of the exhalation. I hope it's not too dark for you. I've got my back to the window today just because I wanted to change my space and just do something different. So let's start. So please, if you can, come to lie on your back. Hopefully you've got a mat, but your carpet is okay, a towel is okay. You need a little bit of space around you. Okay, so please, I will give direct, quite clear instructions. So if you even can't see me because you're lying on your back, I will try and be very clear in what I'm asking you to do. So come and just lie on your back and allow the body to settle down. Knees can be bent and pointing towards the ceiling. Lower back into the floor. But obviously you have a natural curve there, but when the knees are bent and pointing up, you should feel quite secure on the floor. Lower back can be pressed in. We are just going to let the body settle for one moment and just close your eyes. Just make connection with the floor. And notice how the earth holds you. You don't need to grip. So don't grip any muscles. Sometimes we do that unconsciously. We try to cling and grip to everything. Just allow the body to find its way. Soften the shoulders. Let the scapula feel soft and slide down the back. Let the belly be soft. No particular breath here. Just relax for one moment while you find the way your body feels on the floor, the way you feel connected with the ground, with the earth. Maybe you're outside. Now this time I want you to breathe in for a count of 6, quite a slow count, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, fill up. Breathe out. Slowly contracting the belly, pulling it in, back and up. Breathing in. Filling up. Breathing out. Slowly contracting that belly. So you feel it coming back and also kind of upwards. We draw it in and up. Last time like this, breathing in. Let the belly fill, let the lungs expand, and breathing out. It's a gradual contraction of, between the pubic bone and the navel. And release the practice. Just release the practice. And draw your knees up to your chest. Bring the hands around. Maybe you can just rock the back a little bit. Just stretching out the lower back. Feeling a sense of ease. And bring your hands to the tops of the knees. And just allow the feet to drop away. I want you to breathe in here. And as you breathe out, slowly contracting that tummy back. drawing the knees towards the chest. And I haven't had time to practice before teaching today, so I'm kind of just starting to warm up with you. So breathing in, release. Breathing out. Well, maybe I was a bit lazy, not getting up at 7, getting up at 8. And breathing in, stretching it out, and breathing out. Make it slow and gradual. Make the breath last and work for you. Breathing in here. Knees drop away. Slight pause at the end of the breath. Breathing out. And hug your knees. Really hug the knees up to the chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Can be really lovely. Okay, so let the knees drop away. The feet are sort of pointing down. You don't need to flex them or anything at this stage. Your arms can come either side. Knees are quite high up the body. I want you to breathe in here and stretch the right leg up. And make sure that you flex and then bring it back. We're going to do alternate legs. Breathing in, stretch up. You can flex the foot at the top. And breathing out, bring it back. I've got fluff on my feet, so I'm going to get rid of it. Breathing in. You can point initially. Yes, you can point the toes. So we're stretching the ankle, we're opening things out, then flex. So your toes are coming towards you. And breathing out, bring it back. Now just notice how your tummy feels, notice how the back feels. Keep engaged with the floor, breathing in, point up, and flex. So you're opening the back of the knee, and bring it back. We'll just do 2 more. Breathing in, stretch it up, flex the foot. Breathing out, then the knee, and it comes back. And the other side, breathing in here. Now point up, really pointy, then open up, flexing. Nice stretch for the hamstrings, use your tummy. Last one either side. Breathe in here, point, then flex, opening up everything gently. There's no need to rush. Let's work slowly and deeply, and then we imbibe the practices as opposed to rushing past them. Flex and point and back. And again, let's just roll the knees around a little bit by putting the hand on the kneecaps. And then you just rotate. So you're giving yourself quite a nice massage one way and then the other way. Good. So knees are still up, feet are still sort of pointing down here. We're going to use the arm as well as the leg now. So left arm alongside, well, both arms alongside the body to start. Breathe in here. Raise the left arm and bring it behind as you raise your right leg, just stretching out in opposite directions. And breathing out, bring it back. Left leg, right arm. Breathing in again, flexing the foot as you get up there. So you're stretching the whole leg. And breathing out. We're just going to do 3 more. Breathing in. And if you can remember as you breathe out to engage that tummy. So we are working the whole system. We're not just flopping the arms back and forth. Breathing in, left and right arm then. Breathing out. Keep the belly nice and firm. Breathing in. Firm it up more as you breathe out. Good. And last one, the other side. Breathing in here. Flex that foot so your toes almost touch your nose. And breathing out. And notice how it feels on the tummy. And release the tummy by bringing the knees in. The closer you bring the knees in, the more you're releasing your tummy. Okay. You can straighten out the left leg and bring it towards the floor. You can place it on the floor. So I just want you to have your right knee coming up towards you Just bring the arms overhead here and stretch away. So your toes are stretching away from your fingertips, so you're lengthening your spine. Breathe in here and breathe out. Come up towards the knee. You can push through the toes if you like to. Breathing in. We're just going to do 3 of these. Please gradually really pull the belly back. Keep your back safe. Just stretching here. Last one like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Really stretching forward. Chin can come towards the sternum and stretch it back. And knees come in. And again, rock in case you've created a bit of tension in the back. We will be doing practices to strengthen the whole back. But if you have any issues you need to, nurture and be aware of, just be careful. Okay, so my right leg is going up and down and it's going to the floor. I'm resting it on the floor. My left knee is coming in. Good. I'm going to breathe in with my arms overhead. And I'm going to breathe out, and I really want to keep my right leg firm on the floor. Bring my belly back as I come up. Breathing in here. And breathing out. Bring, so your belly is really flattening the back. And breathe in. And breathe out. Remember, we're not going fast. Some postures will be a bit more dynamic, but we don't have to rush. Breathing in and breathing out. And again, you can put your arms on alongside your body and rotate the knees. Without using the hands, that's a little bit more work for the core, but it still really eases out the back. Good. Okay, so you can either come over to your side, roll over to your side, because we're coming onto all fours, or you can just bring yourself up, whichever is best for your back, okay? Don't strain your back. And I am just going to get my little pad for my knees. Now, if you have really bad knee problems and you want to practice sort of standing and leaning on the chair, to do certain postures, that's fine. I haven't got, really, I can't kind of go into every single different permutation because of the way I'm teaching online, but if anybody wants to contact me and ask me for different variations which will help them with their needs, please do. Come on to all fours. I'm coming onto a little pad because I've got delicate knees, and I'm bringing my hands more or less under my shoulders. Some people like to bring it a bit further forward because they might have shoulder pain. And I'm thinking about my hands pressing into the floor through the fingers and the palm, not the wrist. So as a slight forward feeling, slight forward motion here. I want to breathe in and tilt my tailbone up as I draw my heart and chest forward. Then I'm going to breathe out. I'm not particularly worrying about arching very high at the moment. My elbows come down. My head comes towards the floor. Breathe in here. I'm pulling the mat towards me. I'm drawing my face forward as I come into a nice, we're doing Vyagraha, tiger breath here. So you're breathing in this position. And you're breathing out as you come down to your elbows to Shashankasana, rabbit pose. Head down. Breathe in. Pull the mat towards you. So you're not bringing your pelvis forward too soon. Using the time and motion to keep, building some strength. And breathing out, you can arch up this time, really bring the pelvis, bring the chest up, really arch to the shoulders, and breathing out, push away, coming to the elbows, coming down, just lengthening the spine. This time we're breathing in, coming forward, and I'm keeping low, and I'm pulling the mat
elbows and just lift my knees. I'm just lifting my knees and then I'm pushing my weight back. Keep the knees deeply bent. Deeply bent. Pushing the floor away. But you've got to do this really slowly. Some of you may not have done anything like this before. And all the way back. Down to the elbows and down to the heels with the bottom. May not get there first time, don't worry about it. Breathing in, drag the mat towards you even though your hands are planted really firmly. Breathing out, tuck the toes and just think about the knees. Just think about the knees lifting and you're looking through your feet, you're pressing away. You're not over the hands, you're pressing away, press away, press away. Upper arms are slightly internally rotated, nice and strong. Breathing out, you come back, you drop the knees, you flat the feet and you rest for a moment. We're just going to do one more, but take a pause. Take a pause. Breathe in, pull the mat towards you. Weight the pelvis back so it just doesn't lift up like this. See if you can really use the whole spine. Pulling the mat towards you. You're breathing out as you get there. Now see if you can really push the bottom in the air. So you're stretching from the palms to the tailbone. Head drops down. You do not look like this and strain the neck. Head drops. Keep bending the knees. It doesn't have to be straight. Come back over. And find your rest pose, whatever that is. Your knees can be together or your knees can be wider apart. You can have the elbows open or you can have the arms more extended. Up to you. Take a couple of breaths. Breathe in, look forward. Come up to all fours. Tuck the toes, breathe in here. Now breathe out, just bring the hands towards the feet and keep low, especially if you have back problems. Keep the knees bent and keep low, just let the head hang, just let the head hang. Now you can uncurl, so I want you to get used to pressing the feet into the floor. This is going to give you the momentum to come up and not strain anything. Press the feet into the floor and uncurl. Good. Take a sip of water. Just align yourself, to standing up. You're not feeling, I need to take my tea. So you're not feeling dizzy. Keeping the eyes open. Okay, so we start to practice balancing by starting to come up and down on the toes. If anybody is worried about toppling over or whether they are, some people might be recovering from ankle injury or these different things, so have a chair quite nearby that you can hold on to. Stand with your feet hip distance apart. And really press your feet into the floor. Okay, so we're going to see what it feels like to lift the toes from the floor. So I'm pressing into I suppose it's the ball of my foot. I'm lifting up my toes, I'm on my heels, and just see what that feels like. And then see if you can, because the brain doesn't always reach the parts that you want to reach because of lack of practice and lack of use. See if you can really spread the toes. Even if your toes are squished up and you have issues with your feet, see if you can spread your toes. One thing that yoga does is spread your feet. It has with me. And then see if you can press the big toe down first and then the rest of the toes. Just notice how nice that feels. Okay, now we're going to take a little walk around the mat and it might feel funny to you. But don't worry about it. Hopefully you're at home with nobody watching. So we're first of all going to come up onto tippy toes, okay? A really up as high as you can come, and we're just going to walk around the mat, or whatever space you've got. You may only have your carpet or a towel, just don't trip over. And just see what happens to the body, what happens to the balance when you come onto tiptoes. And most of us can do this, especially maybe, you know, women who've been wearing high heels for years or used to wear them. I don't wear them now. And then come back to the middle and just close your eyes and notice how the feet feel. Notice how your balance feels. Then we're going to come onto the heels, okay? I want you to come onto the heels. If you can, taking care, and see if you can walk around a bit on your heels. That means the toes, the ball of the foot are completely lifted. Obviously we can do it for a while, we don't want to do it forever. And it looks quite funny. So just think about me putting this now on YouTube, it's going to be quite hilarious. Okay, and come back. And let the feet come down. And just notice, close your eyes. Close your eyes and notice. It's the only way to feel how things really affect you. And it's much harder to balance with your eyes closed, so be careful. Make sure that you have something close by if you feel that you are always a bit wobbly on your feet. Yeah? And now we are going to walk on the sides of the feet. So I'm curling my feet. I know you can't probably see the detail of this, but I'm curling my feet so I walk on the outside, okay? And I'm not going to go too far, and please be careful. If you've had ankle injury or ligament strain, don't do it. But just see if you can do a few steps to know what it feels like to walk on the outside of your foot. It can be done, not for long, but it can be done. Can move around like this. And come to the middle. Close your eyes again and open the arms. Open the arms and notice how that feels. What happens when you are, what does the brain have to do to compensate and allow you to remain upright while you are walking around in this strange way? And this is the last way, and we have seen in the past people who walk like this because of issues. Okay, they're walking on the inside. Okay, so the knees are coming together. So this is the one I don't like, you know, I don't like this one at all. Okay, so I'm walking on the inside. And again, it's possible to do. And the knees come in and the hips have to do something, and the feet have to do something. The spine has to do something, and I'm looking down. And then come to stand. Just stand and close your eyes and open your hands and your arms in the Samasthiti here, this sort of observation pose, and notice how blissful it is to stand up on your own 2 feet. If you have no issues and you're so lucky, you can stand up on your own 2 feet, or feel the ground beneath you even if you're sitting in a chair. Okay? It's wonderful. So let's shake out the legs. Let's shake out the legs and not hold any tension. So when we practice, we take things very slowly. You can always hold on to the chair when we're balancing, or the wall. I want you to press the left foot into the floor. So when you're pressing the left foot into the floor, engage the whole of the foot and try not to stick the hip out one way or the other. See if you can maintain ankle, knee, hip, okay? Everything connected to everything else. And then just switch the weight and just see if you can lift the knee so that you can rotate the right ankle. Keeping everything strong. Motion is lotion, you know, we know this. So if you did have an ankle injury and maybe you're in, you know, rehabilitation and you're seeing the physio, they will ask you to do a lot of, once it's time, once it's ready, they'll ask you to do a lot of one leg standing to strengthen everything. And then you can just maybe bend out the knee back and forth. Standing up, concentrate on a spot on the floor if you feel your balance is challenged, and come back down.
and shake out the left leg, because you know it takes strength to stand on one leg, and usually one leg is better than the other. When I started to practice yoga, it was balance that was the main challenge for me, and I think it was more about my mind. So pressing into the right foot. I was a very busy person. I was raising lots of kids, and it wasn't an easy time in my life towards the end of those kids when they were going to uni and those things. And you know, I was stressed, and I found balance. I didn't want to do it, but once I did get into the practice, I found that it did calm my nervous system down a hell of a lot. Just rotating the ankle one way and the other. Good. And you can shake it out from the knee and bring it back. And just shake everything out. Look, you know, we need to get over ourselves, yeah? And shake off the tension and shake off the moodiness and the irritability and the impatience. Okay, I'm talking about myself. I don't need to talk about you, do I? And then shake it all down, giving ourselves, you know, a little bit of a jiggle. It can be quite fun, but it also gets rid of lethargy and heaviness and burden. Shake it off, literally shake it off, and come back into your nice standing position. So we're going to start our practice of learning to balance dynamically and statically by just going slowly with it. So pressing the feet into the floor, hip distance apart. Now press the feet actively into the floor and notice what it does to your whole posture, how it makes the thighs feel, inner thighs, the belly, the bottom. Without you breathing in and holding anything in, you know, you become leaner. Pressing the feet into the floor, your connection to the earth. Terra firma. Yes, we're always trying to rise energy up in yoga to a higher consciousness, to the higher power, to the best we can be, but we always stay firmly on the floor, unless you're levitating. It takes quite a lot of enlightenment to get to that. I don't think I'm going there. So, pressing the feet into the floor is your starting point. Please breathe in and come up onto the toes. And I don't think you can see the whole of me in the frame, but I mean, it's not that important. My hands are just coming up, really stretching, and then I'm coming only halfway down, okay? I don't want to bring all of the heel down onto the floor. This is practice, so this is going to work your legs. I'm coming halfway down, and my right arm is coming out. I'm lengthening my arm, and I'm lengthening my left arm going up, and my right arm going out. I'm still only halfway down. I'm not coming all the way to the floor. Breathing in, I come back up. Left arm, halfway down with the heels. Don't cheat and put them all the way down. Try and strengthen the legs. My right arm is now going really long. Breathing in, come back up to the top, really up. Breathe out, come halfway. Breathe in, lengthen your spine, lengthen it. It becomes compressed by gravity every day. We get shorter as we get older. Let's stay tall. Not that I was ever tall. My children, you know, grown-up children, call me, you know, like an Irish leprechaun, which is charming. Breathing in, come back up. And breathing out. Right arm comes down with the heels halfway. Use your feet, strengthen your legs. Last time like this, breathing in, come on, tall, 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 tall. And the other side. Lengthen through those arms, we're going in different directions. Breathing in, now slowly, with control, with the breath, you're coming down, all the way down, all the way down. All the way down and touch down and shake it out. So when we're learning to balance, we can do things in a static pose, we can do movements within that pose, or we can move from one pose to another. So we're going to do this again in a slightly different way. Okay, so feet nice and firm on the floor, really firm on the floor. Breathing in, rise up like a beautiful bird. Lengthen. My hands are just have the palms facing each other. I'm not doing anything special with my hands if you can't see me in the frame. breathing out, my hands are coming down, palms down, heels are coming all the way down now. So they touch down the same time as my hands. Breathing in, float up. Float it all the way up and come up as high as you can. Stretch those calves, stretch your whole foot. Breathing out. Coming down, coming down, coming down. Okay, so the third time, we're breathing in here. We're coming up. Now, I'm linking my fingers together and I'm pressing my palms towards the ceiling. So I'm coming even taller. I'm pressing my palms towards the ceiling. My hands are linked together. If this doesn't work for you, don't worry, because it's a bit more challenging for the balance. I'm breathing out. I want you to bring the hands out and all the way down. And really do it slowly. Really make the body work. The arms work, spine lengthens, and the feet work twice more. Breathing in. Get to the top of the breath and stretch, but don't breathe out. I'm breathing out. Pull the belly back, please. Pull it back. Pull it back. And all the way down. Great. And the last one like that. Floating up. Hands face the ceiling. Turn them inside out. I'm breathing out as slow as I can. I float. Don't put the feet down too quickly. Use your strength. Use your balance. There you go. Okay, so close the eyes, open the feet to hip distance. And feel. Maybe the breath is calmer. Maybe the mind is a little clearer, a little quieter. Feel the aliveness in the whole body, the sensations in the fingers, how your feet feel. Placing the whole foot to really, really grip onto the floor without, curling the toes to grip. Good. I'm going to do one more thing with that and shake out the legs. Please shake out the legs. We're going to come up and we're going to try one-legged balances and we're building up slowly, so we're going to do that as well. But we're going to come up with two. I want to breathe in and come up. Now, raise your hands towards the ceiling, and as you breathe out, pull the belly back. So you're really strengthening, giving yourself more stability. So breathe in naturally and lengthen. Breathe out. Pull that tummy back. Pull it back. Pull it back so much that it touches your spine. Lengthen more on the inhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Really lengthen. And come down. Good. And shake out the leg. Now, we're going on to one leg, okay? And we're doing things slowly. So if you practice the up and down, if you feel you have particular vulnerability with balance and it's not your, you feel it's not your strongest thing, you feel, a little bit vulnerable with it, then up and down on the feet, a couple of times a day. It doesn't take long. You can do it, any time of day. Will bring a sense of calm, a sense of balance into the mind, a sense of balance into the body, and will also strengthen the elements in the body that we need for one leg balances, okay, which is never a bad thing. So you can put your hand on a chair if you like. You don't have to, but you may want to do that. I'm just going to breathe in and lift my knee. I'm on my left foot and my right knee is lifted, and I want to lift it quite high. Now as I breathe in, I want to lengthen my spine. And as I breathe out, I'm pulling my belly back. Now because I'm talking to you, I'm going to wobble. I wobble always anyway. You know, it's no good thing or bad thing to, wobble. It's just what it is. So see if you can bring your arms up. And breathe out. Pull it back. Breathing in, we're still standing on the left leg. And down. Now you might think, oh my God, I did, my left leg is not as strong. Shake it out. So this time we're going to see if we can hold for a whole 6 breaths, okay? So I'd like to do the left leg standing again, because we're trying to encourage some building of strength and wake up the muscles there. But it's fine to hold on to this because you're still using your leg. I mean, I'm not holding on to it. You can just touch it. So you have the security blanket that it's there, okay? So press into that left foot, nice and long in the body. Breathing in. You can even, if some of you are touching the chair initially, touch it initially. And then as you feel confident, let it go. Now this time, see if you can bring the arms out. Bring the belly back every time. Breathing in and out. Bring it in and out. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, press the foot into the floor. And the next time, you can come down. Okay, that was quite hard work. So even though we're not moving around and going very fast, we are working with our strength. Okay, so I'll move the chair to the other side, just because I'm demonstrating. Standing on your right leg, really press that right foot into the floor. Really press it into the floor. Breathing in, lift the left knee. Just with no arms at the moment, you can put your hands on the hips if you feel this better. So my knee you can have it just in line with the hip. I think mine's a little bit higher, but it doesn't matter. Keep breathing. Now, if you're still there, press in that foot into the floor, press it into the floor. See, by moving something in the body, like your arms above your head, that challenges you, maybe. How are you going to cope with that? Breathing in, you can come taller. Breathing out, pull the belly back. It will help you stabilize. Breathe in. The longer you stay, this is a simple pose, but it's strong as you stay. Now drop the arms down and shake your right leg out. Give it a good shake because we're going to bring the arms forward next time. Okay, let's shake it out. Not too much tension, okay, not too much tension. So even simple, beautifully simple. I love simple and subtle. That is my favorite thing about yoga. The more simple and subtle, the stronger the posture can be. Particularly if you take your time, you hold it a bit longer than you might in another class, and you practice with the breath and you practice bringing the belly back. Your whole structure is working. Okay, so we'll try again. Right foot presses down, nice aligned, ankle, knee, hip, so there's no going wiggly one side or the other. Bringing up the left knee. Now breathe in and be tall. Breathe out and bring the belly back. It's a gradual contraction. Arms come forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull it back. Pull it back. Breathing in and back. A few more times. Strengthen that leg. Press the foot. Doesn't matter if you're moving. We all move. We're not robots. One last breath. And come down. And shake it out. I have got a light here to make me light, but I don't think it's working. Well, in that it's not giving me left right. Okay, so this time, because this class is only an hour, and I'm so not good at working within an hour. I like an hour and a quarter, an hour and a half. So this time we're going to stand on the left leg. we're going to breathe in, lift the right knee, and we're going to breathe out and just gently bring the right leg back. It can touch the floor. It can touch the floor. It's just showing you the different center of gravity, how it changes with motion. Okay? You can hold on to your chair, so you can, okay, it's not that easy to hold on to the chair there, so maybe it has to come here. Hope it doesn't block me. So if you want to, you can be like this, yeah, lifting the knee up, and then, you know, when it gets a bit challenging, you can touch the chair now and again. Up to you. See if you can bring the arms forward, and bringing the knee up. Actually, I want the arms up, so let's bring the arms up. I'm bringing them down to help you, just to get balance. We're not doing full warrior 3 or anything crazy. Just breathing in. This, even if you're really good and you're practicing lots of balancing, this can be really helpful to use the breath. Use it. Last time. Breathing in. Up tall, and breathing out. Use the strength of the leg and the breath. Hold the chair if you need to. No law against it. Bring it up and down. People think they are not doing things properly if they take help. Well, I would say, if you need help and you don't take it, that's just not wise. Okay? We're all at different levels in our bodies. We're all at different cycles of our life. I am now 61, no you can't believe it, but I am, and I just want to age in a way that keeps me well and healthy, not that gives me an Instagram photo that I can stand on my nose. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine, but that's not me. I'm looking at yoga and yoga therapy as a way to apply practices to the whole person, to give them the healthiest and happiest life possible. Okay, so let's try the other side. Standing up on your right leg, breathe in, lift the left, and again you can bring your chair to the side. Okay, just try it. So let's bring the arms up, pressing into the floor, breathing out. You can slightly bring the weight forward because we will be doing that with Warrior 3. Breathing in, bring it up, breathing out. Now remember, if you pull your tummy back, you are stabilizing. I know it's a lot to think of. I'm breathing in, one last time. Stretch up, I'm breathing out. You can hear I'm using my Ujjayi breath, pulling my belly back. Sometimes I lose it, you know, I'm only human. And back. Good. Good, 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 good. Let's just finish with a couple of warrior poses just to give us a feeling of stability, yeah? Because if balancing on one leg is new to you, it will definitely bring the nervous system into balance. I feel much nicer now than I did at the beginning. It will do that, but obviously if you're wobbling a bit and it's new to you, you can feel a bit off kilter. So it's nice to feel grounded before we come to relaxation. You can have your chair if you need it, but I'm going to start with the left foot down and the right foot coming back. And my right foot, now if you're not used to warrior postures and you're not used to yoga at all, I would say keep a wider stance in that the left leg comes towards the left and the right leg comes more towards the right, okay? So you have a broader base is what I'm getting at. Otherwise you can have one foot in front of the other. Right foot is really pressing into the floor with the outside edge of the foot pressing down. A really nice connection with the earth, okay? Hips are forward. My hips are not here, they are forward, okay? Pressing the front foot into the floor. I want you to breathe in, bend the left knee. We are slightly bringing the hips forward for this. I just want to have the stretch of the back leg. I'm not here as it happens, I'm here. So press the front foot into the floor, the back foot into the floor, really nice stretch, hips are level. If you want to look up, you can, if that's your thing, or you can look straight ahead. Now take another breath in here, and as you breathe out, pull the belly in. Lengthen more. Breathing in, press to the back foot, lengthen and strengthen. You can hold one arm on the chair if you need to. Breathe out here, straighten the front leg, bend the front knee and come forward. And shake it out. Shake it out, shake everything out. Seems to be quite dark today. Well, mind you, to be honest, I love the sun, but last week nearly killed me. It was so hot. Yeah, so onto the right foot this time. So getting used to your balance even when you're doing your transitions, yeah? So pressing into the floor, and then the foot comes back. So back foot is slightly turned in. Front foot is pointing to the short edge of your mat, making sure your hips are in front. Press the back outside foot down, the outside foot and the big toe. Breathe in here. Really beautiful. So I am slightly forward. I'm not here from the warrior, but I want that. I just want you to feel the back leg really lengthening. Hips are slightly forward, arms are slightly open. Press into the feet, not the knee. So you don't overload your joints. There's a lot of weight training and all of that, which is all wonderful, but load muscles in yoga, don't load joints, okay? So pressing into the feet avoids loading the knee joint. Press into the feet. Now breathe in here, breathe out, lengthen even more, lengthen. You can look forward, breathe in, lengthen more, pull in the tummy back, breathe in one more time, and you can drop the arms and bring the foot forward. Good, so we're coming to the floor for a few minutes relaxation, or if you prefer to sit in your chair, that's up to you. So you can come down with squat, or you can come down with get transition into Mentorship, which is my choice today, okay? Breathing in here. You either bend your knees deeply, or you can come straight forward, lengthening, lengthening, until you can come to the floor with one knee and the other knee. And I tend to cross my ankles here and sit back, but that's not available to everybody because of problems with ankles and problems with knees and things like this. And then I come onto my bottom, and please find your place on the floor. So you can have knees bent if you have back issues, or it's fine to straighten out your legs into Shavasana, the most beautiful posture in the world. And rolling out the arms so your shoulders are engaged, rolling the feet away from the midline, and closing your eyes. Allowing the body to feel supported. Notice that you do nothing in Shavasana to balance. You are on the floor, everything is supported. So let yourself go, don't hold back. Don't hang on to any of the tension or any of the muscles. Allow them to become fluid. Allow them to be soft. Allow them to spread. And just notice yourselves how you feel. That is the litmus test of any activity or any practice that you decide to do. Are you enjoying it? Does it feel good or not? And I don't just mean feel good in the body, but how overall, has the practice affected your whole person? I'm going to leave you in silence for 2 minutes. So, wherever you are in your breath cycle, just bring the mind to the breath and begin to inhale slightly more deeply. Bring in some liveliness, some alertness into the body. And with the exhalation, maybe you can extend the breath out a little longer. Exhaling any residual tension, frustration, burden. Your exhalation can be the release of your burden. And draw the knees to the chest and give yourself a little hug. And come over onto whatever side feels more natural for you. Just take a few moments. And when you are ready, keeping your eyes closed and keeping the energy quiet and still, please come into a seated position to close our practice today. Draw your hands to your heart. Just be grateful for wherever you are in your practice. Honor yourself for bothering to come and practice with me. It's a beautiful thing to do. The more you do it, the more you will want to do it, and the more benefits you will receive. Bow your head. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you very much for practicing with me. I know a few of you have supported me and subscribed to my YouTube channel, which only has 2 videos at the minute, but I've got about 40 to put up. I'm just on a course this week learning how to do that in the most relevant, applicable way for what I want to present to students and people who want the practices. So bear with me, literally on a course this week, trying to learn how to edit. So it's a bit like pulling the teeth with me, but hopefully I will get there, because I would really like to shift all of my practices and my business to YouTube so I can reach as many people as possible, because I think we all really need this work. So follow me on YouTube. And I will keep people updated via Facebook and stuff like that. Next weekend I'm on holiday, so there will still be this session, I'm not teaching my normal classes for a couple of weeks, but there will be this session, and I will do a video for it and upload it to YouTube. So I will send information about that. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. And yeah, I don't know where I put this camera today, but it seems I have to either bend down or stretch. Anyway, that's me. See ya.